Hello, I'm at Moor with Sabrina Mahfouz, who is the playwright who wrote this week's play, Clean. Sabrina, it's lovely to have you here.
Thank you very much.
Tell us a wee bit about Clean, about the play.
Well, it's a play that was inspired, written for the Dream Plays last year in Edinburgh, which was a 48-hour challenge to write a half-an-hour play for 3 characters. And so I'd had this idea for these 3 female underworld criminals to get together and have a little adventure for a while. So I used that opportunity to write that, and it was sort of inspired by there being not that many strong women in computer games that aren't themed, but are just doing criminal things. So yeah, it evolved from that really. So there's these 3 characters, Zainab, Chloe, Katya, and they each have a particular skill in the underworld of criminality, and they just sort of have to get together and work on something together, and that's what they do.
And at the Traverse, it was given a reading at breakfast time.
Oh yeah, that's right. It was a breakfast. It was a breakfast play, so everyone had a bacon roll and a coffee. This time everyone's got a pie and a pint,
so it's moving up.
Yeah, it's always come with food.
It, isn't it?
Yeah, so that was half an hour, and this one's now 45 minutes.
Yes,
so you just get a bit of an extra. It's an extra element to the adventure, and also there's just a little bit more on the characters.
Yes. I was very struck when I first read the play. It leaps off the page, your enthusiasm for language.
Yeah, that's probably because I'm a poet firstly.
Yeah.
So yeah, language is always really what spurs on my writing. Is that sometimes I have no idea of a plot, but because of the language that sort of drives the plot on, really.
You're playful.
Yeah.
Which I think is if you're writing a play, it's a good thing to be playful.
Yeah, it is, definitely. I have done some serious ones, but yeah, they always end up being a little bit less serious than I think they're going to be.
I don't mean by that it isn't serious,
yeah.
But you're playful with language. You're like a painter. You use words with enthusiasm and create pictures with those words.
Thank you. Yeah, well, I think it's important. If you've got to love working with words if you're going to work with them. Otherwise.
Yeah. And you also are a performer of your own work.
Yeah, performer of my poetry, not a performer of anything like theatre-wise, but I do cross over and do poetry in theatres. Sometimes I did a solo show in 2011 that was on at theatres, but it was all poetry based. So yeah, and I still do that quite often. Do like a poetry gig every week or so, and yeah, it's good to be seen.
Being a performer of your own writing, how does it feel watching others take your words away and perform them?
Yeah, it's quite strange because I think if you're doing a straight prose play, which I've done before, it doesn't feel strange at all. It's just dialogue and people are doing it and actors are doing it. But with this one, because it's more monologue based, and there's a lot of the rhythm of the language is similar to how I would potentially do my own stuff.
Yeah.
It is quite. I don't feel like necessarily that I wrote it. Basically.
Right.
I feel like I'm watching it from
after it's been taken off.
Outside perspective and going like, okay, interesting.
Do you like the collaborative nature of theatre?
Yeah, definitely. It's really good. I'm probably too cool about it though, I think. I'm always just like, yeah, great, do what you want to do, nice. I'm not one of those writers who is always wanting to be in the room and like putting it in my way. Because I think it's just, once you've written something, it goes out there and people do their thing with it, and that's exciting. But I think that's probably because I've got the poetry and I wouldn't let that happen with that. No. So I've got that to be precious about, I suppose.
Right. You started off in an academic way.
Yeah, kind of. Working for the government for the Fast Stream graduate programme. Yeah, so the poetry was always bursting out though, which didn't go down too well in the army.
So you decided that you would concentrate on that. Tell us, have you some plans in the immediate future?
Yeah, well, I'm just trying to do different bits of writing. So I'm writing a novel at the moment, some short stories. I'm doing a play for young people at the National Theatre about Egypt. I'm working on a musical. So like a nice range.
You have one foot in Egypt.
Oh yeah, my dad's Egyptian.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm just I go there quite a bit.
We did a series last year of plays from the Arab world.
Oh really?
Yeah, we did 6.
Oh wow.
With the National Theatre of Scotland.
Oh cool.
And when I saw your name on the front page of the script, I thought, blast, I could have been part of that.
Ah, what? So were they from the Arab world, or was it writers, British writers?
No, they were writers from the Arab world who we commissioned. They wrote in Arabic and we had them translated and performed here.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Some
Did that go
with
to
Arab
England
actors
as well?
and some with English speaking actors. Yeah.
Oh, that's so good. How did you come up with that?
A couple of years ago, we did a season of plays from Latin America. I think when you live and work in a small country like Scotland, it's important that you open up the doors to the rest of the world, both professionally and for audiences. And then we did the series from the Arab world, and this season, in fact, we're doing 3 plays from China. So it's our intention to always let that have a part.
Yeah, that's really good. And you bring the actors from those places, so the
no,
actors
not
come from China?
necessarily. No, some of the plays are cast with Scottish actors.
Right.
Some with expatriate actors from parts of the world that the plays come from. It varies. Depends on the play.
Oh, great. But do you go out of your way to find actors of that ethnicity for that play?
Yes, yes. If it seems appropriate. Sometimes a play comes from the Arab world, which sits very comfortably in Scotland.
Yeah.
So, lots of exciting writing ahead.
Oh yeah, lots of writing, always writing.
I hope now that you've been here and seen the space that you might go away and think of writing something for us.
Yeah, definitely, it's great. Writing something that's got food to do with it, I think.
I cannot recommend too highly that you come to see Clean by Sabrina. It's a great piece of work. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.